Friday Night SmackDowns. It had its premiere episode on USA's. They had a whole cage match. Shouts out to them for not blurring blood
Why would they do that?
when they got the photos.
Don't
Well,
fight.
Are you talking about Solo? They didn't.
No,
Solo.
I'm talking about after somebody.
You mean the actual blood? I thought
When
you talking about blood.
when somebody bleed in a match, it used to be anyway. They would go all out to try and either make it black and white, or if you see it on the YouTube, they might cut scenes or whatever. I went on the WWE.com. I mean, it was only a little bit of blood, but no, I was glad to see it. But of course, that led to Mimi Man's Roman making his return. I mean, he saved Cody. Now, the thing with the story that always tripped me out, because it's always like predictable, right? Cody's got to be the guy to say, "Hey, I'm done with Roman Reigns. I don't want no smoke with the bloodline."
Lies.
And then, like an hour later, he got to be the one out there. Hey,
give me the contract.
Give me. I'll sign
Well,
it.
he can't. Where else he supposed to go?
That's a great
Somewhere
question.
else, not over here. Somewhere else. Make your own stories.
Well, it's been funny because that discourse has been a thing of is there another story right now that they built up for Cody outside of?
But that's what they need to do so he can build his own stuff.
With
that's
who?
What to do somebody else.
Didn't he have I mean, they could have did something with Kevin Owens.
Right. The whole Kevin Owens and Randy Orton thing, like, are they trying to stretch that out? That's what it feels like. They possibly could be stretching that out, but stretch it out. Make it into a story.
Stretch it out sounds crazy. Randy Orton is out here tweeting. She said it. Randy Orton's out here tweeting Javon Evans saying, "Hey, hey, I'm gonna wrestle you in a match on October 8th." The Kevin Owens what's the Kevin Owens storyline? You my homie.
But you were desperate.
And now I want you to fight me, and now you act like you don't know. Like it's silly.
Oh, now Roman back. Now you want to go over there?
There's nothing there for him.
For who? Well, I mean, shit. You still have. You got Solo in there. You wrestle Solo, so that's he had to get through that piece.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand, and then that still leaves him like the remnants of his little beef when Roman gets back. So eventually, he gonna fade out and move on to his next move.
After this tag. So we have to be subjected. Is that what you're saying? For him to fade the fuck out.
Unfortunately, after Bad Blood, yeah.
It's actually one of the first times that it's actually, can these two people coexist, like actually has some sort of real weight. They do it all the time, and we be like, all right, this the time they supposed to be doing it. All them other times can they coexist?
Yeah, this the time they speak, right?
It makes sense, but for me, I just feel like I think there needs to be a rest. There just needs to be a rest before they move on. Like he needs to create his own lane, and then he can come back to this whole Roman situation. Ooh.
I think you gotta get him away from. This is the only way to get him away from them. Because his last program was Solo, right?
Yep, at the pay-per-view. Yep, and that kind of fell flat. To me, it fell flat.
Well, it had. Outside of Roman coming back,
it fell flat.
It started off fire. I ain't gonna lie. It felt like a big title match. And then
you talking about SummerSlam?
That was SummerSlam, right? Or you talking about?
No. Wasn't there another pay-per-view after? No, he didn't go. He did Kevin Owens.
And
that was good.
Berlin.
Yes, that was good. Kevin Owens gave him a great match.
I don't know what else, but I don't know where else he can go.
He can go. I mean, Cody can go anywhere. Like that's the thing.
It's not. But this isn't finished. This part isn't finished.
Correct. It needs to finish.
He got to finish this part.
Okay, so hopefully, Bad Blood will be the end of this, and he can move on to something else. Maybe. Of course, he's not.
It's not, but it's not. You still got Roman Cody.
Yeah, but I think we need.
When? I don't think they're going that way anytime soon.
No, I'm not saying
that needs to be a break.
It's still going back there. It has to.
Eventually, yeah. They're going to do it.
But not now. My thing is we need a break. We need a break from it.
It's nowhere for him to go.
Yes, he can. They can go with Randy and other people. Like, you know what I mean?
That's why I asked when, because, I mean, Randy's definitely not Bad Blood. Obviously, Cody's got something set up. Are we talking Survivor Series? Are we talking, I don't know if there's a pay-per-view in December, because then we got, the Rumble? Like, there's only so many spots before we get to the WrestleMania, and they're going to be cooking towards whatever that match is going to be. So if it don't happen now, and it's going to happen eventually, are we talking post-Mania for Cody and Roman? Is that a SummerSlam 2025 situation? Like,
he might fuck around and have a three-man or a triple threat, pardon me, at WrestleMania.
Good save.
Wow, but they should probably stay away from all of that for over a year. Could be no Cody-Roman for more than a year.
Nobody wants to see Cody Rhodes for a year.
No.
Unless he switches up.
Is it a story, love?
I think WWE's okay with Cody being champ for a minute. I don't know.
We out of the story. Yeah, we out of the story era. I think the story era is over.
I don't think he's picked up I don't think he started a new era though.
No, we in the same spot.
Because he can't even ace this one.
But and we're talking like it's September. We're about to be 6 months since WrestleMania, where I don't want to say wandered aimlessly, but he's kind of wandered aimlessly. He stopped being with the Bloodline for a while, and then he's picked it back up. As reluctant as he wanted to be about teaming with Roman, he was, gimme. I'll be your teammate.
The first time you see Cody Rhodes give somebody a nut shot is hit somebody in the nuts. Pause.
Oh.
You know what? Never mind. I'm out of here.
Listen.
I mean, come on. You've had training.
You came in here with you're right. You came in here with your story. So I mean,
shout out Alabama.
Outstanding.
Alabama. Cody live all these people with belts are doing nothing with them.
This is the thing. This is like yo. All right.
What's the
my frustration is you like, man, they not really doing nothing with him. So he's a terrible champion. Things don't go together. If you aren't doing anything with him, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do we expect here? We follow the booking. That is how we're trained to watch TV. Is we follow the booking, and the booking has not been anywhere near what Cody doing. They're giving him, let him fight Kevin Owens. That's fine.
Yeah.
But like that's not. I really when niggas are saying the rain ain't hitting and the rain ain't good, there's been zero booking thrown toward this. They're like, all right, he finished his story, but he's a good guy champion. I know what good guy champions look like. They're not chasing. So if they're not being jumped every week by the Judgment Day, what does a regular reign look like for a babyface champion? He's at the top of the mountain now.
Yeah. Well, I think if he's at the top of the mountain, I think you would have a solo Sikoa program is kind of, I think, what people would be thinking about. Some type of person with a crew trying to, overtake whoever's on top of the throne. But I actually, in thinking about this conversation, I think we kind of go back to what we were talking about before Cody won the title. The the situation, but I think because Roman had that title and that story was going on for so long, that story really ended up being Roman and Cody for a while after Roman beat down the majority of the competition. I think we're having a problem finding somebody else outside of Kevin Owens and Randy Orton because there's nobody else that's really been built in the last year and change, 2 years that feels like somebody that could.
Well, you fed the good niggas to Roman Reigns.
Everybody. They fed everybody. The good niggas, the Finn Balor's, no shade to him, but it's the people you didn't think was going to win, the people that definitely could have won. They fed everybody.
You fed them the Roman Reigns, so everybody looks subpar.
I disagree. I think they're the ones that, even though folks were fed to Roman Reigns, I felt like they looked good in those programs. They didn't look bad, they looked like it was believable. In my opinion, I just don't think that Cody felt believable. And I think Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus. They've used Sheamus to try to get folks over so many times. I think this is the time where they use somebody to try to change whatever's happening right now. And I don't think that should be Roman. Roman did this for 2 years already. It should be somebody else.
But and I think that's where we get hung up.
Who are the top 3 non-bloodline heels in WWE?
Logan Paul.
Nah, we don't fuck with that nigga.
He asked the question.
That is a correct answer to that question.
So he asked the question. You can't count Gunther, right?
I mean,
he's a champion, but you can create a story, champion versus champion. You can create something there. Why not? I mean, that's
the problem is the problem with that part is somebody's got to lose, right?
Well, I don't know if they would do that. I think they would wait for Gunther. AJ Styles can do it.
But he on his way out.
That is an answer. Is that what it is? That's why they ain't using it?
I mean, he on his way out.
At Mania in Philly, he was talking a lot about being towards the end of his career. It was a big part of his conversation. Sorry.
Don't your knees hurt?
That's correct. That is correct.
See? You ain't Styles.
That's also a correct answer, right? That is correct answer.
Drew McIntyre, but I think Drew's staying over. Drew feels like somebody's gonna be going after Gunther at a certain point. I think that's what all this has been.
You still got Punk.
You got bounce him. They could do Punk. I think Punk could tell a better. I don't know what those matches are going to end up being, but I think Punk could easily weave a story.
Them matches going to be god awful.
They've been there is some type of they were teasing some type of friction before. That was the whole point of the Rumble, right? They were. Yeah. So there's definitely something there, but yeah, I don't. Who knows where on the timeline a CM Punk Cody feud over the undisputed title would be.
Punk got to survive Hell in a Cell too.
Yeah, that's a big fact.
We all worry about Punk's durability. So I mean, catch fight through the crowd type thing. He'll be fine because all you doing is getting cuts and bruises.
He jumping off the top of that hole.
Nah, if he do that, he's not even gonna break anything. He's just gonna turn into dust when he hit the table. That's just
you saw. Y'all was okay.
It's gonna look like LeBron about to play.
He gonna look like them gimmick cinder blocks. Peace to anybody on the Patreon. We watch both the Shawn Michaels Undertaker, the first Hell in a Cell, and the Undertaker Mankind Hell in a Cell. I don't know if Punk and I will say this. The spectacle of the Mankind Taker Hell in a Cell, there's nothing. I wouldn't even worry about that one. I think the way Shawn and Taker use the cell as a object, a storyline device in the match, I think they can try and do that. I mean, but that's going to mean Drew picking up CM Punk and bashing that motherfucker up against the cage or something like that. It's going to have to be real gruesome, I think. It's going to have to be gruesome.
Yeah,
The nigga fall off that cage and they wildin'.
You know what makes Punk Drew the best rivalry in wrestling? Like,
talk about it.
The psychology of the stuff that they do. Like, I love like the matches with the big spots but everything I feel like them niggas do has a purpose. And so that stuff looks different on a card with a bunch of new school wrestling. And I think a beef with Cody and Punk, the matches would work because you're not in the goddamn, these are psychology matches. This ain't the goddamn, this ain't nothing on AEW, right? This is old school. I want to fight, and it's supposed to be violent. Ain't nobody flipping off nothing.
You want to bite?
These niggas gonna fight.
Would you bite a nigga?
What is wrong with you today?
I don't know.
What you on? You okay?
Would you bite a nigga in a fight?
In a fight? So, in a wrestle fight? Maybe wrestling?
All right, so here's the thing. Ain't no rules to fighting, but I'm not going to the bite.
Would you do it though?
If it would save me, yes.
All right, say that.
I do respect that. I do respect that.
Who's the fighting, baby?
Facts.
Don't lose.
I think the only other thing I wanted to mention before we headed into Raw territory, I don't know. Rikishi tweeted that y'all gotta stay prayed up for Jimmy Uso, and he had like was it a video? He put the prayer hand emojis and everything. Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful. He said that he reached out to WWE, and WWE said they just talked to Jimmy the other day and he fine. They don't know what's going on.
Hey, yo.
I don't know what any of this means. We were talking in BRP chat. I mean, there's been a lot of questions about. I saw Sean Tragedy talking about, is Kevin Owens almost done? There's like a lot of contract. There's a lot of question about where people are at right now. My thought right now, and I don't want to get into all this because we got another week of Bad Blood build, including what's going to happen on SmackDown tomorrow night. Jimmy Uso probably in the win. Hikuleu probably in the win. I think even if Cody Rhodes is not involved in the bloodline, I feel like that the bloodline situation Mimi will tell you that shit could turn on like that, and I feel like there's pieces in the on deck on the batter's deck. They're waiting to just say, hey, hop in, take a couple swings. I think that I feel like whatever's going to happen at Bad Blood's going to have like a direct impact on whatever Survivor Series is going to end up being.
Make Jacob at Bad Blood.
Jacob's got Jacob and Roman when they finally get to they've been teasing that though. They got to touch it because this past Friday wasn't the first time where they were like, because Jacob came in. Jacob be right there. He be with the prayer hands.
My son came in and closed the door.
Please, Solo, let me fuck him up, Solo. I swear to God, let me fuck him up right now. He in Solo ear like,
really fight, and I will dog walk your bitch ass.
Just waiting for it, and Roman was in the ring like, come on. And then he closed the door. Like, they've been really playing this separated game.
Jesus
Christ! Is that
take a breather?
There's no. Is he gonna come out as Roman Man?
I think so. I feel like that's the swerve. But every time I think that's the swerve, when they in each other's presence, it goes another way. So I'm like, how? Now you're in a space where you're like, well, no, like how's it gonna? Oh my God, poor thing.
Where's the bread?
How's it gonna go? Huh?
Where's the bread at? Is the bread Roman versus Jacob, or is the bread in Roman and Jacob together?
I feel like the bread is Roman and Jacob together.
I think it's just them two together. Them two
doing something.
Regardless of what they do, it's them two.
Mm-hmm. Until
You think
Something
Jacob
happened.
as Jacob would be Roman's right hand like Solo was?
That's what would make
I
sense.
hmm I wouldn't want that to happen. I would want him to be in his corner for the moment, and then the Usos eventually come over. Because
Nah,
I
see, I
think
don't
they
think there's
might
no
make the
money of him in the
story,
front.
huh?
He got to be he need to be getting the action.
Jacob.
I think it's Jacob need to be in some sort of action.
Right. I think he's part of that clique.
I love you, Solo.
And then
What if they split them into 3 factions? It could be like 3 sets of the bloodline.
could be.
It's been talking about that NWO Wolfpack, NWO Hollywood,
and then the Rock line. You got the Rock line, then you got new Neo bloodline, and then OG bloodline. It be lines all over the place.
Different,
Clean nose inside.
different sets.
Pink,
No,
black,
that's good.
red, white.
The Fatu
I
set.
don't want no pink. if you see a pink line around, you better chill out.
Mhm.
That's that Tusi. We'll talk about that later. We will talk about that later. Shout out Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
I know you lost that
That
amazing series of
series.
matches. Them niggas
I
hit a
could watch
Spanish.
them all day, bro.
They hit a Spanish fly off the dasher board onto the floor on the outside. That was like that was before they hit the first commercial break. That shit was crazy.
Yeah,
That shit was crazy.
Andrade really. I feel like the veterans right now are doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
This is the purpose. You know what I mean? And I think everybody feels like everybody's okay with it. And Carmelo Hayes continues to show his range.
It's as much as I would love Melo to be like in the mix, I do like seeing just him go out there and put on some banger matches. Like
this is growth.
Yeah. It's good to see. We'll see. Hope maybe Andrade wins a U.S. title, and then it's just Andrade. No, that's probably not going to happen. But I like.
Well,
seeing
how do you
that
think
stuff.
How do you think this thing
on
is
to
going?
Raw?
Though? But wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, he can now.
Look, now it's all delayed. How do you think this LA Knight thing is going?
He was fire here.
He cut a good promo.
Dang, what J. Cole say? It's okay.
He can always cut a good promo though.
He was fire here, but he from here, so
it's not the Cody thing, but it's kind of crazy how he won the title and then kind of just been, look at my title. Yeah, like that, and that's it's now. I wish they were doing something more. I don't feel like it's anything.
No, they missed it. You missed it.
No.
Yes.
This is not a miss. If you got it, you got it.
No,
it doesn't matter where you do it.
No.
That's definitely not. We've seen people do well other places all the time.
No, he had the spot. They missed it. They missed the spot.
Yeah, they took too. They took too long to pull the trigger, I believe.
Yeah,
they should have. So you're saying if they gave him the U.S. title sooner, it would be different.
He would have still been. What I'm saying is he cooked for months with nothing. He was losing.
They thought Roman was going to beat him, or he's going to beat Roman at one point. Like he got the match, right?
He's so far away from what that guy is right now.
He's
so far away from it.
And they killed it.
It's also, like I said, man, good guy runs with championships. Ain't usually good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's always. I guess we'll see. I hope him and Andrade could put on a good match.
He should have won Money in the Bank, and that's
yeah. That would have made sense. That would have made sense.
He was on fire.
Yeah, people wanted that too. They as much as I wanted Jey Uso to win, like the majority of the people sounded like they wanted LA Knight to get it that night. Who won? That was Drew. Drew won.
Yeah, Drew won and lost.
that
Same
night.
right?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's interesting.
Yeah, but
interesting.
that's a great use of the case because there is
No,
a better story in
Priest
wrestling.
won. I thought Priest won.
No,
Priest cashed in.
No,
he cashed in.
Priest cashed in at WrestleMania. Drew cashed in during the Priest.
Oh yeah, right. Okay,
Was it Priest Seth or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was that whole. Yeah, I mean, Money in the he definitely should have won Money in the Bank, and that probably could have because he could have been holding that for a minute and kind of coasted off that. Now he's got a U.S. title, and I feel like he's just even before SummerSlam, like him and Logan Paul, his feud was kind of just them talking back and forth, but he would show up at the top of the ramp with the microphone, cut a promo, and then just walk back out. I don't know, but I mean, you're talking to somebody who wasn't like very high on LA Knight to begin with, so it's.
Right.
I'm not surprised, but I don't think that they gave him any favors. I guess from Money in the Bank to now.